Hi everyone, it's One Take Friday, and today I'm going to show you a quick and easy project to do during those cold winter afternoons. Yes everyone, winter's coming. There is no way around it. We are going to get cold soon. And I thought I would show you something to do during those cold winter days. A quick and easy project. We're going to do tone-on-tone background stamping, but it won't be boring, I promise you that. So here's what you'll need to complete today's project. So in this package of Hero Hues, which are folded cards, there are 3 values of blue, and we're going to do some tone-on-tone with this background stamp by Hero Arts. And the stamp is called Snowflakes and Edges. It's the number CG463. And we're going to do, we're going to start with the darker one here. I'm going to push this one aside, and we'll stamp our background with the Stonewash Mid-Tone Hero Arts Shadow Ink. So we're going to give that a good coverage. All right, and I'm just going to bring the card base right over the image. And I'm going to use a copy paper to cover the whole area. Give it a good press. So there we go. We've got the background stamped. Zoom back in. And it's just beautiful. It's just tone on tone. Although this is beautiful like this, we're going to dress it up just a little bit. So we're going to put this one aside, and I'm going to do the other 2, which are our mid-tone and the lightest tone, with the Pool Mid-Tone Hero Arts Shadow Ink. And I'm just going to clean up my stamp just a little bit. Add my ink. And I'm going to stamp my first one. And buff it with the copy paper right over it. Try not to move the card base, obviously, underneath. And remove. Look how pretty that is. And then we're going to do the other one with the same ink. Beautiful. So we've got our backgrounds stamped on our cards, and it already looks very festive and wintry. We're going to put this to the side because we're going to add an embellishment right on top of that, but we're going to keep it really simple. So I've got a piece of white cardstock here, and I'm bringing in this stamp and die set by Sizzix. It's called Mittens and Snow Globe, and I'm going to be using these 2 mittens, and I'm going to stamp on the white cardstock and then die cut with the dies right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I've mounted the 2 mittens on an acrylic block, but I made sure that I left enough space so that I can actually put the dies at the same time to cut them. So I'm going to use the Pool Mid-Tone for the mittens. So I'm going to ink those up. And stamp right here. So I'm going to do 2 other sets of those because we have 3 cards. Perfect. Now we're going to do a bit of embossing on the mittens. So I have my white embossing powder and Versamark. So before I start heat embossing, I'm just going to dry the ink so that the white powder doesn't stick to the blue. So that's good enough. I'm going to take the snowflake. So I'm going to grab the Versamark, ink this up, and put the snowflake right here. So it's already heat set. That didn't take too long. Now I'm going to grab the 2 mittens dies and line them up. And this is why I left enough space in between the mittens so that I could do 2 at a time. And I'm going to use the good old washi tape. I used this in the previous video to die cut a stamped image like that, and it worked out really well, so I'm just going to keep on doing that. And I'll just very lightly put that in place, run this into my die cutting machine, and I'll be right back. How cute are these? Look at these, they're so cute. So we've got our 6 mittens here, 3 pairs, and we're gonna attach them to our cards. But I kind of want to have the mittens anchored. We will attach the 2 mittens with baker's twine, sort of like, you know, the kids' mittens when they're attached together with this cord. So I'm going to take 3 strands of that, and I think I kind of want to do that. Let's see, maybe I would say about, it's about roughly 5 inches long. So 3 strands of baker's twine, about 5 inches long, and we're going to attach these to our mittens using regular adhesive, and then we'll secure that with the foam adhesive. So I've got my 2 mittens here, and what I want to do is I want to put a bit of the regular adhesive right down the center here, because this is, I want this right underneath where I'm going to put the foam adhesive. So I'm going to bring in, let me zoom back in. Okay, so I've got my rope here, or my baker's twine, and I'll just pop that in the middle and pop that on the other one. Take 2 foam adhesives, pop that right over it so that it holds in place and this won't move. So I'm going to do this to the other 2 pairs of mitten I have. So now I'm just going to pop these over the cards. Ah! So I want kind of one like that and one underneath. I like it twisted like that, it's kind of cute. And what I'm going to do underneath this, just to secure it a little bit better, I'm just going to use my glossy accent and just put a little dab of it right there in the middle. Hold it down for a little bit. And there you go. So I'm going to do the other ones. So there's one more thing that we need to do on the cover, but we're going to stamp our sentiment inside first because I just want to add tiny little blings right in the middle of these mittens. We're going to do that at the end. So I'm going to stamp Let It Snow inside the card. And for this I'm going to use the same blues that I've used for the cards. So I'm going to use Pool. Pop that inside. Alright, for the center of our snowflakes I have 2 stickles. I have Diamond and Christmas Red, so I'm going to use a combination of these. I think on the 2 lighter blue I'm going to use Diamond, and for the dark blue I'm going to use the Christmas Red. Now at this point what you could do also is you could pop one of those crystals that we have, you know, Swarovski crystals, or even like some bling. You can use pretty much any design that you want just to accent the mittens. The diamond is a little bit light. It's tough to see, and plus I'm having a hard time with lighting in my room, so I do apologize. I think I'm going to use red in all of them. So I'm just gonna double it up with some red right here in the center. So here's our cards. Aren't they adorable? I love them. I love these cute little mittens. They dress up our backgrounds, tone-on-tone stamping really perfectly. Just adds the perfect accent to these cards. Now, this kind of project would be perfect to make on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon when it's really, really cold outside this winter. Just pop a nice movie in your DVR. Is that what it's called? Yes, it's not a VCR anymore. I'm dating myself. It's a DVR. Pour yourself a glass of wine or maybe coffee or tea and just do stamping in series. When I do these types of cards, I work on the mittens, I stamp, and then I die cut, and then I do the backgrounds, and then I assemble everything, and then at the end, once everything is assembled, I just stickle, stickle, stickle. Stickle, 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 stickle. I love these types of projects. Now, these cards are perfect to keep in your stash for that last minute gift that you may need to give around Christmas time, or maybe just, you know, send a kit like this to a friend of yours so that she can in turn send winter cards or Christmas cards or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be Christmas. It's really a winter themed card. Now, make sure that you stay tuned next week, because next Friday I'm going to have an add-on to these 3 cards. We're going to do a different card, but it will be part of the set as well, and a surprise at the end. So make sure you stick around, make sure you tune in next week for that. In the meantime, if you have any questions or comments for this tutorial, let me know in the comments section below, and I will talk to you next week. Bye! Stickle, stickle.